one more lever.
Pull the lever, crunk. Wrong lever!
All right, in that case, we are all set up and ready to begin. Who wants to talk about what happened last game?
All right, so last game, we went to Tikal. But before we went to Tikal, we had a little bit of housekeeping and visitations first. Grim delivered the letter that Avali requested, not without a fair amount of thinking about the mechanics of what they were supposed to do, while Corinne told them, look, Grim, just drop it in the mail slot. It's fine. You can do it. She was very compassionate about it, even though we could tell she was also very impatient. Meanwhile, Eliana and Erebus went to visit their boyfriends. Ramiel has some plans. Ramiel is in bad idea mode. Ramiel is going to join a Thieves Guild drow gang and chat with his uncle Jarlaxle and try and figure out what's going on with the gang war. It's fine. It's fine. Also, he has asked Erebus to be his date to Salda's Grand Revel Ball. Those two are still happy with each other. Lilian and Uriel had some wholesome conversation among themselves. Erebus checked in with Ava about how, by the way, Sable's a dragon spirit. Eliana checked in with Macklin, and he would like to make sure that she's sleeping and eating, and also would like to hear from her more often. Corinne helped Grim write a letter to the Ilians, and some more feelings were had. And we picked up Oren and River to accompany us to Tikal and be our guides through the jungle. And then that morning, it kind of seems like there's some tension between the two of them. So something's going on there. Also, we checked in with Avali's new crew to let them know that the letter delivery had been completed, and try to get some more intel about look, how serious are you all about this, really? They're a bunch of true believers, and as Ilya says, those are the most dangerous. Again, probably fine. And then Grim also started a conversation with Erebus about her drinking and her tendency toward self, and Erebus identified that as being a part of a tendency to self-sabotage. Yeah. So, yeah, we're into call now. We've got, I believe, 2 missions here, one of them being to find Juniper and convince her to come with her Fae family. And then the other mission is to find and seal Morrigan's Gate, which we have directions on how to do that. We have to find 3 items within the ruins, and a dragon scale, a moonstone, and a piece of elven jewelry. And once we have those, we can seal the gate.
All right, anyone have anything else to add?
I have a question, which is, I guess it's not actually so much of a question, is can we stipulate that the letter to the aliens got mailed on the way dropped in a mailbox with much less fanfare than previous mailing efforts?
Oh, yeah.
On the way to Bones' Tower?
Yeah, there's mailboxes.
Huzzah!
Good practice putting something in a mailbox where it doesn't matter as much emotionally.
when that's the low stakes letter, I don't even know what that means.
Definitely didn't want that hand delivered to Luskin by contacts. Nope, we're gonna put it in the mailbox.
It'll get there eventually, maybe.
To
I'm
Luskin
very
from
little
Grimm.
faith. Very little faith in the mail system. So
no.
maybe that's their own form of self-sabotage. I don't know. We'll find out.
So much fun here.
We laugh. We laugh.
And it is now, I believe, Nightall the 25th, much earlier in the morning in Tikal than it was in Waterdeep when we left.
It is actually
Yeah.
Nightall the 26th because
Oh,
It
we're
is
forward
you're
a
forward
day
in
and then back
time.
in time.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, okay. Cool.
Thank you for that correction. Time is a weird soup.
No
Time is a
worries.
weird soup.
All right, I believe you all were taken to the Black Cat Tavern.
Yes.
So, and a river went with you.
Mm-hmm.
As he walks in, this place is actually surprisingly busy, and he seems surprised by how busy it is. There is a blue tiefling behind the bar with a handlebar mustache, very well put together. Above the bar, you notice something interesting. Grim, what's your passive perception? Maybe everyone but Grim notices.
Oh, maybe everyone but Grim notices. Let me double check. I think it's still 12. Yep, it's still 12.
Still 12. So everyone but Grim, you notice a very familiar weapon above the bar. It is a long gun, like what Say carries.
Oh, that seems fine.
It's like hanging above the bar in the back and back a little bit, but it's on display.
Is there anything like decorative about it?
It's like on a plaque, but
Oh.
it's on like hooks, so it's retrievable.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say above the bar and back. Is that like prime accessible for the bartender if shit pops off?
Yeah, accessible for the bartender if shit pops off is exactly.
Not that Grim has noticed. Delightful.
Corinne just sighs deeply at the sight of it. Says nothing, just sighs.
And you guys listen and you hear. So in Waterdeep, basically everyone speaks Common. That does not seem to be the case in Port Nyanzaru, as you hear a mix of languages: Elvish, Gnomish, Dwarvish, and almost more frequently, Draconic.
Draconic?
Oh.
Yeah!
Okay. Now we're talking.
Yep.
Can I roll to pick up anything of particular interest, I guess?
Sure, you want to just do a general vibe check.
Yeah, can I do one too?
Yes. What's Dwarvish indeed? Is that perception, I guess?
Perception, insight, whatever you want.
Perception's better for Erebus. And still not good enough for that one, though.
Okay.
Hoo boy.
Yeah, I would be
Yes.
interested in doing one too with Draconic knowledge.
Yeah.
So, it seems like it's a lot of, like, the vibe. Okay, Erebus, you pick up that the vibe is very festival-y. Feels very much like there's some sort of maybe festival or some sort of thing happening.
Is it a winter holiday?
You don't know that it doesn't correspond to any holidays on the calendar that you're aware of. At least not on the Waterdavian calendar. Eliana, you pick up that there's some sort of race happening today. Some sort of combination of race and maybe like running of the bulls. It's really hard to tell.
Cool. Yeah, I will inquire if somebody at I will stop at a table. and ask in Draconic. So, race happening today. What's being raced exactly?
A gentleman looks up to you, gives you a wide grin. He's definitely some sort of ranger, and he's got that Chris Evans like Dorito shape happening. Gives you like a big old grin and looks over you all. Before answering in common, you're not local, are you?
No.
Well, welcome. I'm Monty, and he offers you a hand. Like, and it's a like, he has huge fucking hands. This man is giant. I mean, giant human, but yeah. Felt like I should
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah. She'll shake his hand. Eliana.
It's a pleasure to meet you. See, I'm in charge of this town. You see him flash a badge at you. Looks like it just looks like a badge. It's got a black It's a black badge with like a dragon on it. Today is the day for the dinosaur races, of course.
Grim was about to insight check this claim to be in charge of the town, and then got caught. Like, noticed the badge was black with a dragon on it. Like, as it was getting put away, like a delayed reaction. And before they could react to that, because their passive perception is very bad, heard the word dinosaurs and is just going to like head snap to look at Corinne.
So wait, is this conversation is happening in common now?
He
Okay,
looked at you all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he looked at you all and switched to common. Cause
Okay.
he's like, yeah, you guys are not from around here.
Okay.
Thank you for.
He has a faint Baldur's Gate
Catching
accent himself, so it looks like he is also maybe not originally from around here.
Yeah.
Corinne is ignoring this conversation.
Dinosaur races. Really?
Truly, it's one of the big draws for Port Nyanzaru. They're competing with their little sister down south, it seems. Are you headed south? I know a lot of new people are coming for New Haven. You have the look of a caster about you. No offense.
None taken. Now I'll confess, haven't quite gotten the bearings yet.
Well, I am happy to show you to the bar at least. And he stands and offers you an arm.
Oh, very good. Eliana gets up, but I feel like she's standing up already. And she tells him, lead on, but she does not take his arm.
He takes it in good spirits. He'll offer Erebus to be like,
You know what? Sure. And she takes his arm, because why not?
And he will kind of wave to his companions, and head towards the bar. Johnny, can we get something for our new friends? Now, is it too early in the morning for you?
Early in the morning, late at night. What's the difference, really?
Tej all around, then.
Does Erebus know what the alcohol level of Tej is?
It is a spiced rum drink.
Okay, that sounds fine then.
Johnny will approach, look at you all, kind of arch an eyebrow. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I assume you actually want Tej. Monty can be a bit forward.
I can see, but yeah, I'd be interested in trying it.
Fair
Yeah, I'd like to try it since we're here.
I'd touched before, of course, but not here.
Are those two members of your party then? And he'll, are they having some as well? And he'll motion to Grim and Corinne.
Erebus will glance back toward Grim and Corinne. Do you two want Tej?
I think Grim just shakes their head.
You know what? When in Rome.
And then Erebus will glance toward River and Orin and see if the two of them are having a drink or not.
River sits down at the bar, and Monty looks at him and immediately, like had just spotted him and kind of puts him in a headlock. Rich River is like, Monty, I don't like this. Please let go of me. Monty's like, now, you're the newest stranger, and you're Bones' little brother, so we do have to do a lot of hazing on you.
Oh, so you two know each other?
Monty looks up where he's got River in a headlock. Well, yes. He's been working with our rangers a little bit here and there. River kind of just like he does that cat thing where he's like, nope, and he slides his head out from the headlock.
Did Orin come into the bar, or are they elsewhere?
Orin is sitting at the bar and already has a cup of coffee.
Checks out.
And
Okay.
is kind of watching this with amusement. Like,
Incredible.
Orin thinks this is hilarious.
I love that for them.
Your drinks are poured and served. And Johnny looks up to Monty and then looks at you all. I also get fresh coffee. It's the freshest you can get, honestly. It comes straight from the coffee fields here.
I'll have to try it after the Tej.
Of course. It's roasted by the gnome. There's a gnome outfit in Gnome Side.
Wonderful.
Adventurers are not great at naming things.
It's all right. Names are names. If it works for them.
Now, are you in town for the dinosaur races or looking for something different?
Interested in the dinosaur races. And we're hoping to have the opportunity to speak with one of your new recruits.
Johnny kind of shakes his head.
We're looking for a Neurixius Tauren.
Monty laughs at that. Oh, the Black Dragon himself. It's a bit of a get.
Is there a black dragonborn in this bar at this time? Visible to Grim?
Sure, roll perception.
Does Monty react to one of your new recruits followed by that name?
Yeah, sorry, my stream blipped for a second. Okay, Monty nods. He's a bit of a get. You can always find him probably at headquarters. That's where I usually look for him. Do you know if they were a ranger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Though to be fair, there's a bunch of new recruits these days. It is winter and the jungle has a sort of
No,
draw.
not offhand. The jungle has a sort of
draw this time of year. That's why I came. Well, Baldur's Gate. I just couldn't handle the cold anymore. But that was a long time ago.
It makes sense if you live in a place like that all the time. It can make sense to go somewhere for a change. No, we're here because we were told it was too early to do business, but it seems like things are booming in here.
It's early. Most people aren't at headquarters yet, but if you're looking for a new recruit, that might be the place to go. Yeah.
Grim, I think at this point Grim will lightly nudge Corinne, elbow Corinne, if she's still next to them.
She is, yes.
And we'll just point towards the Black Dragonborn. It seems like Eliana and Erebus are in conversation with this very extroverted individual.
We are.
We are.
So Corinne kind of looks at Grim's. Who's that person?
I don't know for sure, but Bones did say that the person we are looking for is the only Black Dragonborn on the island. So, unless there are two now, I think that's the person we're looking for. Not Juniper, but the person who Bones spoke with about Juniper.
Oh, right. And this is a different person than Eliana and Erebus are talking to, just to clarify.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, Erebus
Yeah.
Erebus and Eliana are talking to Monty, a human shaped like
Okay, yeah,
triangle.
some guy from Baldur's Gate.
Who did have the Black Dragon badge.
Who had a Black
Yes.
Dragon badge,
but is not himself a Black Dragon.
Yes.
But
that we know of.
But is not a Black Dragon literally.
Yeah.
Now I have to check my notes to see. I did write a name. Great. Yay me. So Corinne will kind of nod. Are we ready to break them away from conversation if need be?
I was not going to get anywhere near the sites of that one, pointing at Monty. But I certainly wouldn't stop you.
Right. And Corinne is going to go approach this Black Dragonborn.
Okay. He looks up at you as you approach, takes a sip of his coffee, and puts it down. It's like in a very delicate china cup.
I love this for him. Excuse me, are you Nyrxius Torin?
I suppose that depends on who's asking.
I'm a friend of Bones.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. 22.
Then yes, I am Nyrxius Torin. And he will kind of motion across from him.
She takes a seat. She told us that you are one of the best to potentially help us find someone that we've lost track of and have been asked to locate as a guide.
High praise coming from Miss Darkmoon.
Might we be able to entail your services?
Was this about the young lady she was tracking?
Is it the young lady? What?
She was tracking.
Very likely. Her name is Juniper. She goes by Junie, I believe, now.
just a moment. I'm changing my sensitivity, so.
No worries.
This seems like there's a lot of clipping.
Mm.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's try that.
It's better so far.
Juniper is a complicated situation. I meant to send word. When I gave instruction for her to not leave the city, she immediately left the city.
Oh, good.
That's unusual for my... Not many disobey me.
I don't suppose she thought it was... And like they're looking like 6 inches to the right of his face. I don't suppose she might have thought it was one of those instructions where you were instructing her to do the opposite of what you were saying.
He looks to the right of his face, like, what are you trying to figure out what you're looking at? Before just deciding to not follow that train of thought.
Should be fair.
No, I was very clear with my instructions. If I was trying to hand-coded messages, I have ways of doing that.
Is there someone else, perhaps, who would have been looking for her?
I don't believe so. Is she in trouble?
Not that we necessarily know of. Long story short, we've been asked by a relative of hers to check in on her, let her know that she has resources and, those who were interested in watching out for her besides her father, who's apparently a piece of shit. And who I imagine she might be more interested in running from, but I don't have enough insight into that situation to know for certain.
Yes, the information that Bones gave me was that that her family was trying to find her. Just the information I passed to her when I told her that she needed to stay within the city.
Ah, she might have interpreted that as her father's side of the family. I don't know if she knows about the other side. I mean, presumably she knows, but, the birth cycle being what it is, I'm sure she knows they exist intellectually, but I don't know how close they are in terms of correspondence.
We do not make a habit of recruiting volunteers at such a young age as she. But all of her paperwork was in order.
Could she have potentially forged that paperwork?
It's entirely likely.
All right. Would you be willing to help us look for her?
We
can compensate you.
I am afraid I am a bit occupied running the city, but if you can't get Miss Darkmoon herself, then Monty or River, who I see you have accompanying you, should be able to run down leads for you.
Corinne kind of looks at Grim. She's like, which one would you prefer, Sailor?
The first one was, and they point at the very loud individual who touched Erebus. like with a like it is trying to have a neutral inquiring eyebrow. Oh wait, let's find out how neutral it is. 18. Face is pretty neutral, although passive insight can probably detect the panic underneath. That was that one.
That is Monty, yes.
And the other name was, and they pointed River.
Yes.
That one, please.
All right then. I suppose we've got what we came for as much as possible.
Do you have any idea where she might have gone when she left the city? Is there somewhere she would have known to go? They ask now 8 to 9 inches to the right of Nixus's face.
He just looks and he keeps looking. He keeps
It's not there's nothing there. They're just a very averse to eye contact. It's don't worry about it.
There is a very interesting scratch on the wall if you look far enough.
There's
They say
not.
looking at the wall like 20 feet beyond.
Don't. It's just right here. It's fine.
I do not keep close contact with the recruits in general. She likely was staying either here, if she could afford it, or a boarding house in the city.
So check the boarding houses in the city for leads. All right.
Was
Anyone's
that? Oh, go ahead.
Anyone's in particular we should be looking at that are either frequented by recruits or the opposite of that?
Kind of thinks for a moment. The gnome and dwarven quarters are the most popular. I know that one of the paladins who used to be in our order does rent out her upstairs to new recruits, but that's managed by the downstairs neighbor. I can give you the address.
That'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay. He writes out an address and hands it to you.
Delightful. Corinne puts it in her pocket.
That does
looks
tend
at Grim.
to serve as a landing pad for several new recruits at a time. At the very least, they might know more information about your Juniper.
Good to know. Appreciate it. Looks at Grim. Anything else you wanted to ask the wall 6 inches to the right?
I can come back.
Excellent. The wall's not going anywhere. Directs her attention to Nerexius. Thank you again for your time.
Of course. I have to get to the office. You can find me there if I am needed.
Very good. Thank you.
And he will stand and, giving you a nod, pick up his papers and head out.
Heather, did I hear that this very place also rents rooms that she may have been staying in?
This place...
Or did I mishear that?
He did say that this place does, but he didn't sound very convinced.
Okay.
That... For reasons
Thank
that
you.
you can find out.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's all. So yeah, we return to the Monty situation.
Oh, yes, so Monty. Yeah, I think he would be talking to... Erebus, what form is... what form is Sable currently?
Probably Tabaxi. I feel like that's the one he's the most comfortable in currently that passes for normal.
Oh my god, I love it. You notice he's getting a lot of looks as a Tabaxi.
Oh, good. Okay,
And
so
River
then
is
I
keeping
kind of
him close. Like River is like, yeah, you're staying with me.
yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna lean over to River and go, why are they looking at Sable like this?
Because about 8 years ago, the entire town was sacked by Black Tabaxi.
Oh. Oh, I wish I'd known that before. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
One of the tribes here. He doesn't look like them, which is also, I mean, it's something.
Okay. All right then. Um,
It's fine. They'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Sable is clearly a child.
yeah, okay. But I don't know. Okay, thank you. Good to know. Um, yeah. All right, that's fine. We'll just keep an eye on him, and we won't be here for a long time. So that's fine. Okay.
I'm
And if
surprised my sister didn't tell you, but she's pretty quiet about that time.
yeah, well, I mean, Bones doesn't. So Sable's existence is a nuanced situation that very few people I know the full scope of. So I don't think that Bones really knows. I don't know if Bones has met him. Because the last time I saw her was a couple days ago, and she was otherwise occupied, and Sable wasn't strictly with me. I think he was in cat form at the time. So yeah, so I think she probably would have said something if she knew, but I don't think she knows. Is the long-winded answer to that. Sorry, that was a lot of words.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So,
Yeah.
should we try and shake Monty? He kind of says in like a low whisper. He's fine, but he's Monty.
Sure. I guess at this point, Erevis is looking around to see what happened to Grim and Corinne,
Yeah.
and
Eliana, you are being like regaled with an adventure story about how he got one of the monster, like one of the dragon teeth that's on his necklace. Like,
So so you've killed a dragon too, then?
well, I was as part of the invasion. You see, I wasn't there with the group that killed him, but I was there to help with the cleanup and with retaking the city from the kobolds and the lizard folk and everything that had come in after the dragon kind of crashed down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that.
so then
Oh.
Erevis is like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Erevis is listening to this and is kind of like over to River. So I guess it depends on, like, is he any good at stealth? He seems like he knows a lot.
He does, but do you want to see a party trick?
Yes, I think.
River will walk over to Eliana. Leonard Monty, I don't know if you've been formally introduced. This is Eliana. Eliana is Alina's sister. And Monty nods and goes, "Oh, well, it was very nice meeting you, Eliana."
It was nice to meet you too.
I should get back
What?
to
What?
I should get back to. Right, gentlemen, I'm on my way. And he kind of gives you a wave. And he waves to his group and heads right back to his group.
Well, have a
Erebus
good
is staring
morning.
open-mouthed. Sorry, go ahead, Rebecca.
Well, have a good night, morning.
You as well. Good luck with your adventure in Tikal, and welcome. River.
Thank you.
River kind of grins.
Rim says to Corinne as they walk up, I think we made the right choice.
What happened? What did you say that terrified that poor man so?
I invoke the name of the Dread Paladin.
Oh, right. And Erebus is like just now catching up. Like, yes, right. Alina used to adventure into Call. Got it. Okay, we're there now.
Did she say that last part out loud, or was that?
She said all of that out loud. She's like openly staring after him, mouth open, and then is like, "Oh yes, right, got it. We're there now."
Does she dance on all the bars? I thought we were special.
I can
think we're still
confirm
special.
she does dance on all the bars, Johnny says. But only her favorite bars.
That doesn't make me feel
Okay.
special.
Well, I mean, she's in Waterdeep and not in Tikal anymore, so.
Anyway, we have a list of places we need to check out. Yes. Apparently, Juniper, when told that she should stay in town, did the exact opposite and fled. So there are a few guest houses that might perhaps provide leads. In the gnome and dwarven quarters, there's apparently some popular boarding houses with the recruits. There's also an address that I have for a paladin who rents out their upstairs, and that often is a landing pad for several new recruits as well. So the more time that we spend not looking for her, potentially the further she's getting away from us, and that is bad. So we should go.
Right. Let's go start checking out these addresses then. Good work.
Yeah, thank you. Erebus leaves the rest of her tej and goes to grab Orin.
Orin
Alina also leaves her tej behind.
Bosun
How
finishes
big
that
is a
one.
serving of tej?
It's like a wine glass.
All right, Corinne downs hers and then heads off.
Yeah. Erebus didn't not like it, but she's trying to behave herself because they're on a job.
Okay, Orin finishes their coffee and will give she finishes it by like raising a glass to Monty and taking a sip before sliding off the bar and joining River. They seem completely amused by the entire situation. As River will say, right, well, if she's not in town, we can definitely figure out where she went.
Yes, that is the goal. Shall we divide and conquer for locations?
Which way is the gnome and dwarvish quarter? Is that 2 quarters or is that 1 quarter?
They're 2 quarters, they're right next to each other, and the paladin's apartment is on the way. I think you'll want to visit it just for shits and giggles.
And information.
That too.
Is River walking or not yet?
He's walking out.
Okay. Delightful.
Okay, well, should we split up the list and then meet back here?
Let's plan on that. Yes. I can take the Paladin's residence, and then which one is it on the way towards? I can keep going from there.
Let me grab a map. Give me a moment.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
on the map. What are the other 2 quarters? We don't know yet.
Wouldn't
The
it be
dinosaur
funny if there were
quarters.
like 7 of them?
That would be funny.
One moment.
More.
I did that thing where I thought I had uploaded it.
Who among us?
Yep.
Is there an interactive Port Nyanzaru map?
Oh, I mean, there probably is, but I think at this point I've got it
Yeah.
memorized.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break. I just need to run to the restroom really quick, but then I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm just realizing I didn't set the mid-game break timer, so I will do that now.
Okay, I am back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
No worries. Hey, look at that.
Ooh.
It's the cool star.
Is it the "You are here" marker?
No, I think that has something to do with Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh,
That would make sense.
that's where the annihilation happened.
You all are actually here.
Oh, more or less centrish. Center-ish. That's a word now.
Okay, so.
Does the key
Oh, go ahead.
does the key
Yeah, it's
or is that
relevant.
not relevant to our? Okay.
It's not irrelevant. But I don't know how much will
It's
be
not
useful.
inaccurate.
Nothing.
Oh, but it doesn't have the paladins
No, it
apartments
doesn't.
on it. Okay.
No. Okay, so the paladin's apartment is. Okay, so Let me just draw all over this. That is... huge label in a terrible color.
It might be in a different layer.
No, I see it. It's just
No, it's
very.
just
It's very hard to see.
It's just...
Oh, there it is. Up near 12.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It won't let me change the color of it because it's being fun. It's actually not over near 12, it's over here.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just put a red mark over it. Oh, roll 20. When you suck, you suck.
There it is.
Huzzah!
Look at that fancy outline.
Ooh.
That is the Gnomish district. And that is the Dwarven district.
Oh, it is right in the middle. Delightful.
Oh, I haven't seen it pop up yet.
It's the gray. It's a grayish line along over here on the west.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And we're starting from down here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Delightful.
All right, so Corinne will volunteer to go to the Paladin's house and then swing up to the Gnomish district from there.
Okay.
And then we need somebody to go to the Dwarven Quarter. Yes, I can do that.
And are you two just going to stay here and stare into the bottom of your glasses?
I left my glass at the bar, so no.
You want to, that's fine. I was just asking.
No, I don't want to. I'll go with Eliana.
Would you prefer I stayed here and stared into a glass? Oh, may I accompany you?
You may accompany.
Very good. They start to glance back towards the bar, and at this point, Bosun flies out, having finished staring into the bottom of a glass, and joins them.
Good old Bosun.
And then you two, gesturing at Orin and River. How are you dividing and conquering?
River will hold up a hand. You want me to stay far away from the dwarves.
Very good.
There's only one dwarf in this town I get along with.
But
That sounds like a you problem.
I was going to say we don't have time to unpack all of that. And then gestures at so you'll come with us to the Paladin's estate, and then points at Orin. You go with those two to the Dwarf district.
Orin nuts.
Sounds like a plan. Sibling
All right.
outing.
Sibling outing.
And off we go, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
So you guys will walk past the Dwarven district to get to the Paladin's house.
Corinne deliberately puts River on the
You don't have to put him anywhere. He's on the outside. He
I
Okay,
was
great.
gonna say, I guess we don't. We're just gonna go wherever he takes us. So if he doesn't take us through this central area, then we just go wherever.
That's an overpass, so I guess I'll draw the line of travel if you'd like.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're just following wherever he goes. But yeah. Oh, I see where it connects to the merchant ward. Thank you. So we go under there, and then through. Delightful. So drop off Team Dwarf District, hustle River, Team Paladin and Gnome hustles River out of the Dwarven area.
Yeah. He's not
Yeah.
like he just doesn't linger. Like he knows that for some reason the dwarves don't like him. Like,
That is fair.
He knows the reason, but you guys didn't ask it. He's not going to offer it. So
Extremely fair.
okay. So
Grim is, as ever, keeping an eye on, is anyone keeping an eye on us
sure.
as we move through this area?
It's very busy. There's a lot of things being set up. There are carts and stalls being set up on the side of the road. It is very quickly becoming, especially as you guys head through the merchant ward, it is becoming a whole ass market. Spices that you guys have never heard the names of, maybe Eliana. Someone is selling some sort of weird fruit called a banana. It's a lot happening. River moves pretty quickly through this area. He's like, if you guys stop, then you won't be able to not stop. And he will leave you to the Dwarven district.
All right, I suppose Eliana and Daravis and Orin will get off the ride here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll peel off. All right, see you all in a bit. Good luck.
This particular area looks most like the mainland.
Did we talk about where we're going to meet? Back at the Black Cat?
That sounds like a good meetup point. We all know where it is.
Yes, that was my understanding.
Okay, great.
Right.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay, so he leads you through. Let's pick up with the Paladin's house first, because I think that'll be the most funny.
Okay.
Excellent.
Give me just a moment. Sorry, I'm grabbing my notes.
No worries.
Which Taldore is it gonna be? There might be other paladins in the world.
Are there though?
Probably not funny ones. What if it was Gregory?
Oh no.
Okay. Where the fuck are... Sorry, I'm looking for a very specific name.
Is it Gregory?
Okay. It's not Gregory. No, at least that's not the name I was looking for. Okay, sorry. I wanted to double check my lore, and I was like, what the fuck?
Good.
I was thinking of I had the wrong dwarven name stuck in my head. Okay, so, he will lead you to the paladin's house. It's a duplex. It looks like it's divided upstairs and downstairs, with stairs heading directly up. The downstairs looks fairly... it looks like it's a very well-maintained little cottage that just happens to have, 2 living areas. River walks... He's like, do you want to talk to the young ones first or to the landlady?
Let's talk to the young ones first.
I mean, the landlady's clearly not here. You all know that, but...
Yeah.
The person who takes care of the house, at least.
Yeah.
Alright, young ones first. Yeah, young ones first. And he will head up the stairs, lead you all up the stairs, and knock on the door.
Does he seem hesitant?
Like a little
Or
hesitant. Like he was doing some math in his head.
Is there anything we should know about the young ones, or are you just thinking they won't be up yet, perhaps?
Just thinking that they might be hungover. But
That sounds like a them problem.
fair enough.
That's not going to change in 20 minutes.
No, it's not.
We can always trade with Eliana if they're really in a bad way.
He knocks on the door. It's a moment. He knocks on the door again. He knocks on the door again. He goes, I'm not going away. Please just come and answer some questions. I know the Tej was very good last night.
Should we threaten to pick the lock? I can do that.
You might find it more difficult than others, but...
Bosun flies up and starts knocking on the door with all of his tentacles.
Eventually, there's a grumble inside. I'm coming, for fuck's sake. And the door opens. And you recognize Grim, the person who is at the door.
Is that Adriel?
It is Adriel.
Wow! I can't believe I guessed that right. I was like, this is bananas, but it's the guess that I've got.
It was 100% Adriel.
Grim blinks.
They blink
And then, do they, wait, can I insight check whether they recognize me this time?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Because that was a story point last 25.
They
Still a story point
100% recognize you because you're not inconspicuous.
That didn't change things last time.
True.
They look smug and wave. And can you remind me how old this person is? Like, is this a minor child?
Slightly, no, old enough to be an adult, but slightly younger than you all.
Okay, that was my recollection. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, they look smug and they wave.
Yeah, so you're not going to tell my cousin I'm here, right?
Which one? It might make a difference.
I have more than one cousin.
Seems
You
like
do
you have a lot
now.
of family. I don't know.
I'm still her house. Anyway, what's up? What's going on? Everyone
what do you
here
know?
is asleep.
Excellent. What do you know about a Junie, as I check my notes for what her last name alias was?
Rightstone? Winters? Was it?
I know Junie.
You do?
So serious. Oh my god. I have met heart attacks less serious than that woman. Girl. She did not stay with us for very long.
When did she leave?
Yesterday?
What time?
During yesterday?
Where was the sun in the sky-ish? Was it before breakfast? Was it after lunch? Was it before your second glass of tej or your midday glass of tej?
It was well after my second glass of tej.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. How many glasses of tej into the day were you?
I don't think I should answer that question to you all.
I am not going to tell Alina.
Let's say probably afternoon.
All right. Did she give any sort of indication of where she went? Did she leave a note?
She said she had the mission and she would not be back. I assumed she was heading to New Haven after.
All right.
Do you assume that for a reason, or do you just assume that?
Because she said she would not be heading back. There's only 2 cities on this entire island.
Grim nods.
Any reason to believe she would have perhaps gone to the harbor instead?
No, but she said she had a mission, so she's at the very least probably still on the island.
All right.
If she took a job, she took a job.
All right. Did she leave anything behind?
Yes. She will kind of head inside, come back with a beautiful, amethyst brooch. She said it was for rent. She's very insistent that she not owe any debts, because I said she could pay it back when she got her salary, but...
That makes a great deal of sense, actually, given some context that we have.
Grim is nodding.
Anyway, strange girl. Very serious. I just don't think she'll be hard to find. She's the one in full plate.
Oh, that's going to be very uncomfortable in the jungle.
It really is. I hope she has a good guide, because it's going to be clank, 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 chomp, chomp, chomp.
Indeed. All right. Thank you. Good luck with the rest of your sleep.
Thank you. Please do not tell my cousin I am here, or she'll forget me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Heather, before they close the door, can you remind me, do we know how long Junie was here? New recruit, but do we have a sense of whether that was days to months to something else?
Maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay. I think Graham will say as Adriel starts to retreat back inside. If she did head into the jungle, do you know if she knows enough to know not to wear full plate in the jungle? Or is she too new for that?
If she took a job, she probably is traveling with an adventuring party. They will either mitigate the fact that she is wearing full plate, or they will guide her in some way. She's new enough.
Believe that she took a job, or is that just what she said?
I believe.
And I would like to. Okay. And I would like to insight, if possible, whether Adriel actually has any sense of is Adriel any good at reading the room?
Mm-hmm. 14. It seems like after a little, she's starting to maybe realize how this might be more serious than she's starting to put together that you all have specifically come looking for this kid. Then maybe it's not as flippant, and she's starting to be awake enough to be sincere and serious. Some of that Tal'Dorei instinct is starting to take over. It just took a second for her to not be a smartass.
Okay. And do I have any sense of whether they have the passive insight that if Junie was saying I took a job as cover for I'm just piecing out on my own? Do they seem likely to have noticed that, or do they seem likely to
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They seem fairly have a good read on people.
Okay.
Also, she's aggressively against lying, so I mean, despite what she must have done to get in, because I know that girl is not 20.
Drink water. And we'll step back and let the door closed.
Taj has water. Coffee has water in it, and she'll let the door close.
Well, should we continue on to the gnome quarter, or should we head back to the Black Cat at this stage?
She'll actually open the door. They'll actually open the door again. Assuming, which I definitely assume they took a job, then you could probably get the information from Johnny what group she was traveling with.
And who is that, and where can we find them?
Johnny is the bartender at the Black Cat. He is a blue
Oh.
tiefling. He knows everything in the world.
Excellent. We should probably just head back there then.
And we'll nod agreement. And we'll hold out a water skin in Angel's general direction. But it's not like going to force it on them.
They will take the water skin and take a swig out of it and give like a "you happy now" look before handing the water skin back.
They nod, satisfied. Did they hand us the brooch? Did we get
They
that?
handed
Oh
it
yes,
back.
okay.
Adriel seems to know enough about magic to know that you could possibly use it for something, so is handing it over. Also,
Does Corinne want to hold on to that, or should I add it to Grimm's inventory?
I think let's put it on Grimm's inventory. Corinne will just forget about it. Let's be honest.
Fair.
you also get
so-
the vibe that Adriel was trying to cut a kid some slack and that didn't immediately hawk this possible family heirloom.
Yeah. Can I take a look at it with my? And it sounds like Corinne doesn't see any reason to talk to the house, the not landlady, but whoever's in charge of the house. And Grimm doesn't either. So
Yeah.
it sounds like we're heading back to the Black Cat.
Yeah, Corinne's kind of like, we got what we needed. She was here. If she left, she probably left. She's probably in the jungle somewhere. No additional information is going to get gleaned about her specific location if it's not found here. So
Delightful. As we move with my not lack of relevant skills, can I attempt to just look at this brooch? Actually, Corinne might have some relevant skills. Maybe River too. I don't know. Does this look like it is a brooch? Can we tell from the Cormalis side of the family versus does it have Fey appearances to it?
Magical, but it's very. It looks like it's a flower that is set with amethysts. Could go either way depending on how into elven stuff the Cormalis family is.
That's fun.
But either way,
yeah. They were mostly wondering if it was a hint that maybe she was in touch with the face side of the family somehow. But sounds like answer hazy. Try back later. Delightful. Thank you.
Or she has just something. One of her few possessions.
Oh.
Alrighty. We'll go to the dwarven group.
Dwarven group.
All right. So yeah, we've got an address. What do we see when we head up there?
It's very tall walls. This place is pretty open and wide, and this looks like it's almost barricaded. As you approach, Orin will kind of be like, yeah, so there's the door. You're gonna want to talk to the Stonemender clan. Good luck with that.
Stonemender.
Do dwarves not like you either?
They like me fine. They specifically don't. They don't like a lot of people, but they specifically do not like Tabaxi.
Oh, why is that?
'Cause it's complicated. It's actually a bit complicated.
All right.
It has to do with a little bit about how the city was sacked.
Right, got it. Yeah, River was saying something about that. Cool. I look around to see if anyone is here who would notice if I tell Sable to switch forms.
I mean, it's busy street.
Okay. I'll stand in front of him just to like block a view to him just in case, and then I say, Sable, cat.
Yes, hello, hi, and then he turns into a cat.
You're doing so good at your shape-shifting. I'm so proud of you. And she puts him on her shoulder. Okay, we can go now.
Right, and Eliana will say to Orin, is there any reason to not just knock on the door?
No, you can just knock on the door.
All right, she's gonna knock on the door.
After a few minutes, a young dwarven woman, the beard kind of intricately braided, opens the door, looks out. Can I help you?
Yes. We are looking for Junie Wrightstone. Is it possible that you might have seen her?
Oh, the name's familiar. Hi. Why don't you come in?
Yes, thank you. And I will follow on.
I'll follow behind Eliana.
She worked here a bit. I think she took a job heading out into the jungle, but she did a little bit of work here when she first arrived. Anyway, all the new recruits arrive with varying skills and varying amounts of money in their pocket. Um, my father is pretty good to them. Let's see. She kind of motions you in, and you guys realize there's like it's large slabs of stone everywhere, like that are being actively worked and carved. There's several forges that are heated, and the sound of banging and metalworking is all around you. As she kind of motions you all in off the street into the courtyard, she kind of looks at you all. Is she in some sort of trouble? My father likes her a great deal. Like, if we need to spot her or anything.
Oh no. No, we have just been tasked by some relatives that she doesn't necessarily know to let her know that they are interested in offering her protection. Since they're having trouble finding her themselves. And
Not her father.
Not her father. Definitely not her father. He is the worst, and yes, her mother's family.
Oh yeah, she's a bit tight-lipped about her family, but she did mention her mother died when she was a child and that she wasn't close with her father.
Yeah, so her mother's side of the family has not been in touch with her since she was born, is my understanding, because her mother died so long ago. So we're just the messengers.
Oh, fair enough. They did go in. She was on a job. She's going into the jungle. Believe she was doing. My older brother went with her. Is pretty experienced, so They were checking out one of the silver mines.
Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you. Great. And what's your brother's name?
Um, I mean, I usually just call him Idiot, but I assume you want a real name.
Well, yeah, I don't think he would think very kindly of us if we walked up to him and addressed him that way.
Raythier. Raythier Stonemender.
Raythier Stonemender. Okay, thank you so much. And what's your name?
Oh, I'm Dora.
Dora. Nice to meet you. I'm Erebus. This is Eliana and Oren.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Sorry we couldn't give you more information. She seemed like... It's not many new people that my father takes a shining to. Most of them, they only last a day before he kicks them out on the ear. He pays them their wages, but he doesn't find them very useful.
Sure.
She actually worked here for a little while.
Okay.
Well, thank you for telling us what you know.
Yes, if she does happen to come back here before we run into her, if you could pass on the message that she has family members on her mother's side who are interested in meeting her, we would greatly appreciate that.
I'll be happy to pass it along.
Great, thank you.
Be careful heading to the silver mines. I'd go by way of Camp Righteous.
Okay, Camp Righteous.
You can either take the ferry or the light rail south.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Erebus will offer her a silver piece in thanks.
She takes it and pockets it.
Thank you so much.
Of course. If you need anything else, let us know. Like I said, it's not many new people that impresses my father.
She must be pretty special.
Especially not for a non-dwarf.
Oh, baby girl. Oh, I'm not on mute.
No worries. Okay, yeah, so is there anything else we wanted to ask? And Erebus kind of looks at Eliana.
I don't think so. Thank you for your time this morning.
Of course. Watch your step on the way back. I think the dragon races will be starting soon, and they are a bit wild.
Good
Dragons and dinosaurs?
Sorry?
You said there are dragon and dinosaur races?
Oh no, just the dinosaur races. Did I say dragons? It's been a day. It's already very warm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no problem. We'll be mindful of the streets. Thank you so much.
I can imagine. Also, are bananas any good? I don't think I've ever had one.
I like them.
Alright.
They're very tasty.
I'll give one a try.
And try the curry while you're in town.
Good to know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go to a stall with an old lady at it.
Excellent. Good tip. Thank you. Right, and we head out.
Okay.
I'll head back. I think if we pass the banana stand again, Eliana will buy one.
Okay, you buy one banana.
That's actually funny because Grim was going to ask, would like to try to quietly ask River on the way back where the dragon races are likely to be and whether we can avoid them on the return to the Black Cat.
Okay. I keep misspeaking. It's a dinosaur race.
I'm sorry, dinosaur. That was on me too. Dinosaur races.
He mentions that they are in the market ward specifically.
Grim just stares at him, uncomprehending. Like they know what a market ward is, but they don't know where it is.
The other direction from the Black Cat.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, you buy a bunch of bananas for like 2 copper. They're stupid cheap. Okay, you guys are all
We compete
rendezvousing.
at the Black Cat.
Yeah, back to the Black Cat. Eliana
Yeah.
with some bananas.
Banana.
Corinne goes to the bar to speak with Johnny, was his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she goes to speak with Johnny.
Welcome back. More tea or perhaps coffee?
Coffee would be wonderful. Black. And a question for you. I've heard that you are the one in town who knows everything about everything.
Then you are talking to the right people. And he will grab a pot of coffee and pour you a, very much like Neurixius, like a teacup of coffee.
I love this. Uh, so 2 things. One, we're looking for a young recruit who has left town in pursuit of a job.
So dime a dozen? Any more specifics?
It goes by the name of Junie. Junie Nighthollow.
Junie I am familiar with. I always
Or
expected
Rightstone.
the last name was fake.
Yes, indeed. There's a rumor I'd heard about her leaving town abruptly yesterday for a job. Left in plate armor, apparently.
Well, there's a whole bunch of dwarves going south to check out one of the silver mines. I believe they took the ferry to Camp Righteous.
Ferry to Camp Righteous. All right. Any other jobs you know of that would have left yesterday afternoon?
No, most everyone's staying in town for the dinosaur races. So everyone's trying to make their coins here.
Makes sense. A lot of coin to be made one way or another, I suspect.
Lots of gambling.
Lots of pockets to pick after the gambling's been done.
It's mostly the river rats and the street rats that are picking pockets. Our most prolific is unfortunately not here.
Haha.
Most prolific
Pickpockets?
pockets or the other, the removal of the within the pockets.
Our most notorious pickpocket.
I think we've adopted her at this point.
You had the look about you.
Heather, what is the name of the fort again?
Camp Righteous.
Camp Righteous. Take the ferry. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the coffee and for the information. Corinne slides a silver across the bar.
He takes it.
And we'll ask, is there any quicker way to get to the camp? Is the ferry the best way, or is that just the cheapest way?
There's the train. If you're feeling daring. It's an abomination against the very nature of our island, but it's fast. But I believe that's what the councilwoman wanted when she built it.
What exactly makes it a destination?
So if you stay in Tikal for long enough, you're going to hear that the jungle eats things. The jungle eats things. Nothing stays here. The idea of a train that is going to last that long seems like a fool's errand, but it's lasted as long as it has, and that's strange in and of itself.
When you say it's lasted as long as it has, how long is that, please?
I think it was the tracks between... The tracks to Camp Righteous laid about 2-3 years ago. The New Haven extension is newer, but...
All right. And the ferry leaves from the harbor?
No,
I assume.
Tariki Anchorage.
Very good.
Because you'll take the river down.
Go out to the river to see if he knows where that is, but assuming he does, Grim will nod and it's all set, I think.
Alright, and coffee for you?
Addressing.
Grim.
Is it getting uncomfortably hot out yet, or is it still early enough that it's not too hot?
It
Yeah.
is not too hot yet. But it's starting to warm up. It feels like a summer day.
Coffee and water, please. Not together. Two separate.
Don't worry, I would not have watered my coffee down for you. Sweet?
Yes. Please.
Okay. He will serve you a cup of coffee with room for cream, but with lots of sugar in it. He has easy access to sugar.
Yeah, Grimace takes a sip and is visibly pleased.
And he will get you a cup of water.
And they just drink it with no implications that anyone else should also have water. They're just realizing that they have a breastplate and that might be a problem.
That's about when Eliana... Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh no. Go ahead. I'm good.
River will also take a water. He does not drink coffee. And that's when the rest of the party will arrive.
Fantastic.
And Eliana will see that everybody else is back. Approach. Hello. What did you find out?
Well, we learned that she was staying at the Paladin residence, departed yesterday afternoon in quite the hurry, packed up all her things suddenly, left behind a brooch as payment. Grim has it now in case we need it for things, I suppose. Very likely left on a job to, I have to check my notes again for the name. Camp Righteous. Yes, for Camp Righteous down the Tariki River, inspecting a silver mine with a party of dwarves. We have the options of either taking the ferry from the anchorage or heading via train, which will be faster, but apparently there's a chance of being consumed by the jungle.
Oh, very good. Except for the part about getting consumed by the jungle. We got the same information when we went to speak with the dwarves. The fellow she's with for the job is named Wraithier Stonemander. And yes, it sounds as though the train is faster, and I am intrigued by it, but I don't want to be eaten by the jungle. Orin, River, much of a risk would you say that is? Have you ever ridden on the train?
Both of them nod. Oh, Orin will go, oh yeah, I take the train all the time actually. It's the easiest way to get to New Haven, and the fastest. It's mostly reliable. River nods. My sister's done a lot to make sure that the train, it's She loves that train very much, and she is determined to make it work. It can be a bit tricky in spots, but it's mostly fine.
Well,
When you
let's take the train then.
The ferry will be
say
slowed.
mostly fine, do you mean it might break down and then it is no longer faster, or do you mean it is occasionally consumed by the jungle?
It is occasionally beset by jaggies and other large carnivorous creatures, but so are fairies. So
So
Do
if
I
the
know
risk
what
is equal and the train is faster,
Seems like a strong
Do I-
case for the train, in my opinion.
I'd like to try the train.
Do I know what a jaggy is?
no.
Grim looks fucking delighted. Very good.
Erebus will straight up lean over to Orin and go, "What's a jaggy?"
Lizard monster that runs on 2 legs.
Horrifying. Okay.
But you get 1 silver for every frill you bring in of those.
Sounds profitable
They're
if
an
you
invasive
know how to.
species.
Got it. So it's okay to go after them if they come after you.
Aggressively hunt them, yes.
Okay. Awesome. Good to know. What would we do without you? I'm so glad you're here.
So where does the train leave from?
Train will leave from, I believe they put the station in the old city in order to give the old city a little bit of income.
Grim is going to look blank again, and then it's going to turn to the bartender. Do you have a map? Where can I get a map of the city that we're about to be leaving? But it is upsetting me quite a lot not knowing where we are while we are within it.
Johnny will nod and he'll reach behind the bar, do some rummaging. I keep some maps back here for sale, just for the city.
What else do you have?
I have the city.
Do you have the silver mine area?
I have a map of the island.
Grim is not actually making grabby hands, but their whole like they are sitting very still and watching, but their whole vibe is grabby hands.
Verdi left some maps last time he was here to sell, and he will unroll a Vidar map of the island.
Hang on. Cool. Grim grabs it. like it is a reverent grab so as not to damage it. But they are immediately engrossed in studying this map.
It's a very thorough map. It's very pretty.
And we'll push 5 gold across the table without taking their eyes off from the map.
He will take the 5 gold and put it in his pocket.
Delightful. This is just what Grim is doing now.
River attempts to not look offended. They do need a map.
Bad about you, River.
Okay, you all start to, as you guys all start to see people kind of starting to funnel out of the bar.
Oh no, and my face is in a map, so I can't do anything about this. That was about to happen. Carry on.
Well, should we go to the station?
Let's go.
Corinne pulls Grim by the shoulder.
They look up and around, sort of there's a two beats of just sort of returning, blinking return to reality before they pick up the map and follow.
Okay. as you follow, you guys find yourself kind of in a crush of a crowd. There is a lot of cheering going on and a lot of pushing, as clearly something is starting.
Is this the bloody races they were talking about?
Oh,
The dinosaur races, yes.
Right, the dinosaur races. The old city's in the opposite direction, fortunately, so... And Corinne heads in that direction.
Grim scurries after her, looking relieved.
Ileana follows.
Okay.
Oh, incredible.
Just running away from the dinosaur races. Got it.
Yep.
I guess
Well, these
so.
make-believe dinosaur races that definitely are not actually a thing.
Okay. You guys head towards the through once again through the merchant wards towards the old city, past the grand market, and into the old city, where this is obviously a part of town that did not. It has recently had money put into it, but it definitely looks older, hence perhaps the name. The people here seem are mostly at their Christ map. Mostly sweeping their stoops, or just existing in this area. You guys pass two large pyramids as you head out of this gate. Here, I'll ping that gate. And have the distinct feeling that you are being watched as you do so. In the center of the main street, the main thoroughfare, you see a long rectangle pit, made of stone. Let's see. Give me a moment. Let me just pull up my notes. In which there's currently it is currently being filled with water. It looks like several large crocodiles are have been lowered into it.
What on earth?
Ileana does a double take.
Is that part of the dinosaur races?
I don't think so.
It's not, River says, and he kind of looks like a little like, oh shit. We should definitely just keep moving.
More
Yeah, okay.
dwarves?
No. Someone must have fucked up.
Oh, is this a punishment kind of thing?
That's Executioner's Run. Looks like it's gonna be Executioner's Swim right now.
Oh, what a treat. Where's the station?
This way. And he will lead you to the outskirts of the city.
Yep.
Where a very new building made of carved stone, beautiful ironwork, is basically been established. And behind one of the counters is a young man, dark-skinned, wearing a nice vest. He's kind of just sitting. He's just sitting in a ticket window.
Are we out of sight of the sight and earshot of the?
You guys are out of sight of it at least.
6, please.
Really? 6? Holy shit.
Well, there are 6 of us, so...
I see that. Indeed. Alright, 6 tickets. 6. What are you... You heading all the way down to New Haven then?
What's the stop for the,
Camp Righteous.
Camp Righteous? Thank you.
Camp Righteous, alright. I can definitely do that. It's, 2 silver per ticket. Unless you...
And Corinne will pull, that's a gold and 2 silver.
I'll take it.
From the party funds.
If we do need to continue to New Haven, can we do that from Camp Righteous, or would we need to decide that now?
You can just, yeah, you can buy a ticket at Camp Righteous.
Nods.
This all feels very new, for what it's worth. Like, it feels like he's like, this is the first time he's sold this many tickets at a time. Alright, the train will arrive in 3 hours.
Or arrive here or arrive in Camp Righteous?
Here. And then you get on the train and you take it south.
All right. We will, I suppose, return in 3 hours then. Corinne looks very befuddled, like having grown up and spent her entire life in a city like Waterdeep that presumably has, like, very punctual everything.
Like, it's punctual, but the idea of a train is probably super fucking foreign to Corinne. Like, buying a ticket, instead of, like, just, okay, the carriage is leaving, I am leaving now.
Yeah, we're just leaving now. Yeah.
The idea. This is scheduled to leave at a certain time.
And that time is 3 hours from now. Like, what? What? No one told me this. Out of curiosity, how often does the ferry run?
It runs at, usually leaves at dawn.
And that's the only... That's it?
I don't understand your question.
I don't understand your answer.
The train leaves at 10 a.m. and the ferry leaves at dawn.
She
So
looks...
the ferry's already gone for the day?
Unless no one took it.
All right. And Corinne just kind of, like, walks away from the ticket counter. Just, like, a blank expression on her face.
Okay.
Rim will offer quietly, we could purchase a boat and sail ourselves, if that's...
Don't question. Okay, out of character question. Don't y'all have a boat?
Oh, we do! We do! Well, Grim doesn't think we do. Everyone else thinks we do. Grim thinks we have a dumb box that floats. So they would much rather rent a real boat if they're going to rent a boat. Which, like, to be clear, they don't think this is actually a good idea. But they're still offering it.
Eliana has in her head that it would be better to take a route. Pardon me. That it would be better to take one of the official routes of travel than our boat.
I mean, it's only 3 hours. The train's very fast. I feel like we'll still be more efficient this way than hiring a boat and then taking the boat, right? And with a glance at River and Orin.
River kind of shrugs. I don't understand the problem. Like, the train is fastest. We could take a boat.
The problem is that certain people get antsy if they can't launch immediately. So if the waiting for the train is our fastest option of getting to Camp Righteous, then that's the most efficient way, and we'll just have to occupy ourselves for the next 3 hours. But I just wanted to confirm that.
How do we occupy ourselves without staring at that pit of crocodiles? Which I'm not suggesting we do, I just remembering that it's between us and anything else where we might wish to occupy ourselves.
That is true. I've been told the curry's good.
Right, we could hike over to Mallar's Throat, if you don't want to go past it again.
I mean, it sounds like we probably shouldn't.
So are we trying to occupy ourselves for 3 hours, or are we trying to leave now?
I mean, I think...
Because it looks like, I guess it depends on whether or not you want to beat her there, or if you want to perhaps catch her on the ferry, because we could probably catch up to her ferry on a small fast boat with some help. And he looks to Orin. Orin nods.
A ferry that left yesterday?
A ferry that left yesterday that likely has to stop.
We just bought train tickets, so we probably shouldn't take a small fast boat instead, Grim says, transparently, wanting to take a small fast boat instead.
I mean, River looks at you and goes, "Joseph, can we get our money? Can we get our money back?" Joseph goes, "Yeah."
Grim still thinking this through, like glancing at, I think both Eliana and Corinne. There will trying to like generalize from they've sailed south in non-Tikal areas, so they're trying to generalize. There will likely be bugs on the river, so there is that.
I think, isn't the train supposed to be faster even if we're waiting for 3 hours now?
Train is supposed to be faster, they admit. Grudgingly. Not grudgingly, they admit.
Erebus is kind of looking at Grim transparently like, why are you mentioning bugs if you're trying to endorse the boat?
Corinne has fully just like mentally checked out. Like her expression is just like forlorn and sad and visibly miserable.
Oh, kiddo.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Corinne.
I guess I'll address Corinne directly and just be like, okay, Corinne, our options are wait 3 hours for the train, which is supposedly faster, or get a small fast boat and try to catch up to the ferry that Junie is on, which is possible, but also there will be bugs. So there's wait 3 hours for the faster option or go now. Which one do you prefer?
I hate to call.
Oh no. Let's find breakfast.
That sounds
Let's
like
see
a
how
good
long
plan.
that takes.
I've heard the curry is good. Where can we get curry?
River nods, and he will head not through the old city, but up to Mallar's, up this kind of embankment.
Does it look like an actual hike, or does it look like this it is a gentle stroll?
It is. I mean, it's uphill, but it's not like a hike. It's definitely, but I mean, it's elevated.
Get on. Corinne Corinne like jerks their head like at their back. Like
Corinne does not protest and just like flops over their back.
Oh no.
we'll piggyback her up the hill to Mello's throat.
Also, these bananas are good. Eliana will offer one to everybody in turn.
Thank you. Awesome.
Maybe later. I don't have an appetite right now.
Bosun takes the offered banana and begins appealing with his tentacles.
I feel like Bosun eats a banana whole without peeling it. But I feel like River's like, no, you're supposed to, have any of you eaten bananas before?
No.
Okay. I will show you how to eat a banana. You don't eat it whole like that thing just did.
It's okay. He doesn't get sick from things, so he's fine.
Okay. And he will show you how to peel and eat a banana.
Yay. That's fun.
Would this be a good time for us to break?
Yeah, let's take a break as everyone learns how to eat a banana.
Incredible. All right,
Love
see
it.
you in a few.
Do we get a new skill proficiency?
Yes, eat banana.
Banana peeling! Amazing.
Okay, seems like everyone's back.
Indeed.
Hooray.
Indeed.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a Reese's cup in my mouth.
Reese's cup.
Okay, so River takes you across the embankment, down once more into Malar's Throat, which is definitely the poor part of town. Here, you see lines on the walls where this place has continued to flood. It's very run down. Everything's like in kind of poor condition. Let's see. What's y'all's passive perceptions, please?
20.
18.
18.
12.
Okay. Corinne, you hear the sound of crying.
Where is it coming from?
I'm gonna say probably where that 25 is.
She promptly starts heading in that direction.
Okay.
Follows.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Corinne's going somewhere we go.
Yeah, 100%.
Is she back on her own feet now? That's good. That's. I mean, Grim doesn't care, but I thought she has enough
she
life
heard
in
a
her.
thing. She heard a thing, and a thing needs to be done. And
Delightful.
Okay. So you see the sturdy, fortified structure of the Temple of Tirmora, where you see lots of like just watermarks on the building. Like this place floods a lot. And it looks like this place also may serve as a refuge a lot. Tucked into one of the corners near the building, there is a young child, kind of scruffy looking, but fairly well dressed, kind of tucked into a corner and crying.
She kind of approaches from the side, like not straight on, just so as not to startle the kid. Hello?
He blinks up at you, wide-eyed, a little confused.
How old is this kid, give or take?
I'd say late toddler, early childhood, so probably.
A little.
Oh, yeah, he's a little.
Okay. So she crouches down to get on his level. Are you all right?
He looks confused at you.
Oh.
River actually stands next to you and begins to translate.
Yeah, she realizes, like, oh, probably not sharing a language.
About the same time as you start, he'll translate for you because he actually is your guide.
Yeah.
And the child shakes their head no.
Are you lost?
Shakes head yes.
Where do you need to go?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Do you have a parent or a sibling or a guardian who was with you?
He actually will answer in Draconic because River's translating. I was with my older sister. I got scared and I of the dinosaurs and I ran.
Okay. Where do you remember where you were when you saw the dinosaurs?
We were on the roof. And they couldn't get me, but she told me they couldn't get me. But I thought that they looked like jumpy dinosaurs. I heard dinosaurs can jump.
All right. What is your sister's name?
Margot?
Margot. Very good. And what is your name?
Eric?
Eric. Eric, my name is Corinne. We can help try to find your sister. Have you gone into the temple?
He shakes his head.
Perhaps we should go into the temple to make sure that you have a safe place to stay.
Okay.
All right. And she offers a hand to him.
He will take the hand.
And she will walk with him to the temple gates or doors or whatever structure this has.
Yeah, it's actually large stone steps up. And you
Okay.
see all on the front, there's offerings. Usually it looks like a lot of tej and several healing potions. Several coins, things like that.
Yeah. Mentally, she's kind of like, yep, goddess of luck, gambling, makes sense.
Lots today.
Yep. The Amcathra family deity is Timora, so she knows this game.
Yes.
So she goes up the steps. Is the door open?
It is open, yeah.
Okay. She walks in, and immediately starts looking for a clergy member.
Yeah, it takes a minute. But you do eventually spot, in a small gnomish gentleman, blonde hair, bright blue eyes. He has the air of like too innocent. Like he's like there's a mischievous sparkle in his eyes as he approaches you all. Well, travelers, welcome.
Hello. Thank you. We found this little one outside. He says he got separated from his sister. We're going to go see if we can try and find her. Her name is Margot. His name is Eric. But thought it would be best for him to be somewhere that's not likely to get swept up in the crowds today.
Goodness, yes. It's definitely a day for crowds. I'm Ernest, by the way.
Ernest, Corinne, very nice to meet you.
Okay, so... And you see that the little kid is about the same height as Ernest.
Yeah.
So you were leaving him here?
If that's all right. As I said, we want to go look for his sister. She was on rooftops, but thought it would be best if he were indoors, somewhere that was, relatively safe.
Not
Instead
my
of in
first time babysitting. And he gives you a finger guns.
Somewhere where he wouldn't have to see the dinosaurs.
Oh, you got spooked by them? You kind of...
Yes. Afraid of some jumpers, it sounded like.
He kind of leans down and ruffles the kid's hair and talks to him a little in Draconic. Well, we'll protect you from the dinosaurs. That's what we do. Protect. That's why we've got the big walls. Right, so you're going to find the sister, or should I go find the sister? No, I'm staying here.
You stay here. We're going to go try and find the sister. So her name is Margot. If she ends up coming in here by herself, do you have that information?
All right. In the meantime, would you like some hot chocolate? And he says it in Draconic to the little kid, who starts to cheer up a little bit.
And then Corinne, I think, will just head towards the door again.
Yeah.
And has a task now, so has forgotten her woes. And is potentially willing to reconsider her feelings on Tikal as an entire continent.
An entire continent that how dare run on a different schedule.
Yeah, incredible.
So heading towards the north, or does she have some other plan?
She is actually going to try and get onto a rooftop.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics as you approach and try to, I would assume, climb this rooftop.
Yeah. It's a 19.
I love that it's a crit fail and his crit success is still just a 19.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to climb up. River is up with you in a second.
I was going to say, Grimace would like to try to follow. Like, they're not getting in the way, but they would like to try to stay with.
You can,
I don't know how that's going, though.
River lets you for a second and then offers you a hand.
They will take it in this situation.
Yeah, and he gives you a tug up.
I'm not going to say thank you, but they'll take it.
Okay. Erebus and Eliana, are you also...
Yeah.
As River will give you both.
Spot on the ground, I think.
Okay.
That's a 15 acrobatics.
Yeah, you hop up easy enough. Okay. As you find the rooftops are actually pretty crowded. Mostly with the nimbly people who would the type who would be able to climb up to a rooftop.
Checks out.
Mm-hmm. As you
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just going to say Corinne then starts looking for a sibling that resembles Eric. And we'll also start just like calling Margot's name.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot happening. People are passing coin back and forth. There's like people have brought picnics up here. Erebus on the ground. There is a bit of a crush of a crowd.
Well, that seems fine. I'm tall.
In fact, let's get a good view.
Oh, good.
Oh, they're so cute.
Is this happening near me or about to happen near me?
Yeah. So
okay,
as
I will.
You all...
I will leap onto the side of the building, I guess, and try to follow my friend.
As you kind of move towards the cordon, you hear the roar of a crowd as two dinosaur racers come scrambling around the corner. Clearly in the lead, one with a raptor, one with a stegosaurus, couple more raptors trailing behind their riders in colorful colorful, and the dragons are also colorful. Or sorry, dinosaurs. God, motherfucking damn it. The dinosaurs are also color coordinated to their riders, so it seems like it's very easy to bet on a color versus trying to figure out, which one is which.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yep, seems like a good time to get out of Dodge yesterday. So
You
acrobatics
come on
it
up.
is.
All right, acrobatics or athletics?
Crit!
Oh!
A crit!
Crit.
The
Easy.
motivation is
Crit.
strong.
Holy shit! These
Yay.
there are dinosaurs, and they're there.
Yep. Up the side of the building we go. I don't even wait for River.
Oh, River's been up.
Yeah. To help, I mean, yeah.
Oh, to help you.
Yeah. Like, nope, bye.
Okay. And we'll say, just for sake of my own sanity, Orin decided to stay at the temple, just to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really fair.
Okay. The dinosaurs round the corner. Breakneck speeds, throwing dust up into the air. Unfortunately, Corinne, people are. The roar of the crowd is a little, loud.
Yeah. Yeah. She swears in Draconic under her breath. Since that seems to be the thing to do here.
Do I see anybody who looks like they could plausibly be a sibling of this kiddo?
I mean, there's people all around.
Yeah, Corinne starts looking for people that might look a little frantic. Because that seems like a thing that would happen if you suddenly lost your tiny, tiny kid brother.
Mm-hmm.
If you noticed they were gone. It takes a little bit of time to kind of look around. As you yell for Margot, eventually someone lifts their head. Young woman, dark curly hair is kind of pulled back. I don't think she's here. I think she's not here. Who's looking for her?
Her little brother? Eric?
Eric?
Might be a different Margot.
Oh. No. Ah, crap. Oh, that girl. I'm her friend.
Does a friend have a name?
I'm Ori. Sorry. And she'll, move over to you through the crowd.
Yeah.
And
I'm Corinne.
Hi.
Found him cowering in a corner by the Temple of Timora.
Poor kid. Right, she's kind of the worst, to be honest.
Oh, good.
I can, I'll come with you. I can get him home at least.
All right. I'd like to do a vibe check to make sure that this isn't a secret kidnapping.
Hard
happening.
same.
Yeah.
It's a dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
22 with tactical assessment.
Okay. Something does seem off. You're unsure what exactly is off?
Just really quickly to be on the safe side, can you describe Eric? What does he look like?
this tall, and she kind of gives a description of him. Surely, Margot, okay, you're not going to tell her mother, are you?
I might. Seems really irresponsible to leave your kid brother out among the crowds.
Yeah, you're not wrong. She snuck off with a boy. I don't know exactly where she is at the moment. But I mean, I can take care of her brother. I can make sure I can make sure he gets home.
Great, we'll follow you.
Great. And she kind of like heads towards the Temple of Tirmora, she's like, I wish I didn't help.
Can I attempt to like through sheer force of of personality and mystery attempt to intimidate her into shaping up, like just the stare down,
Shaping up how?
like you got a kid lost here, like being a little less concerned about hiding about covering for her friend and a little more concerned about getting kiddo home.
Roll an intimidation check.
Delightful. I'm going to throw a commanding presence on that. 20.
20. Okay. She does, kind of, straighten her shoulders, she does seem to straighten up a little bit, but she definitely, got stuck in the middle of something she hadn't planned on. But yeah, she will follow you all to the Temple of Tirmora. And River will lead to the Temple of Tirmora.
Can I use Landstride to help everyone navigate any difficult terrain that comes up due to dinosaur races?
Sure.
Awesome.
As you all kind of walk again, you hear another roar of the crowd as the racers come by once more.
Oh, yep, duck out of the way, go around. Nope, they're coming over that way. Nope.
Grim is definitely looking and is distracted when the dragon is definitely not the dragons watching the dinosaurs closely, but is trying to stay focused on the task at hand.
Corinna's just side-eyeing this teenager.
The dinosaur races are also kind of distracting for Eliana because dinosaur races, how often do you really see these?
Right?
Okay. Easy enough to head back. Your teenage companion kind of entering the temple first. Eric eventually looks up at you all. Recognizes his sister's friend. And we'll go to her. She kind of pats him on the head like she's not good with kids. And he chatters at her in Draconic. As Ernest comes out front.
Does he look like he's in slightly better spirits?
His face is smeared with chocolate.
Okay.
Aww.
He's the abject terror has been replaced by candy. That's good.
By candy, yes.
I love that for him.
As Ernest heads out and kind of nods his head. Well, you found her really fast. That's good.
Well, it's technically a friend of the sister, but he appears to know her.
He nods. Chocolate? And he will hold up a candy bar.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Grim will accept the candy bar.
So just let if multiples are being offered.
Yeah, it's like chocolate blocks.
Yeah, Erebus will grab one too.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, looks like everything's well in hand.
Yes, thank you so much for keeping an eye on him.
Happy to. And he will give a wink to the little kid who grins back at him.
And then Corinne kind of looks at Ori and is like, right, happy to escort you back to his house, since the crowds are pure chaos and there's a chance of getting trampled by something at any given moment, it seems.
You mean the dinosaurs?
Sure, yes, the dinosaurs.
I mean, I could just take him home.
Oh, we don't mind. We've got time.
We do have time. It's true.
Okay.
Grim turns the look back on her again. like there's no their eyes are not visible, but it is clear that they're giving her a look.
She kind of nods and will takes Eric's hand and leads him home. Pull the map back up.
As we follow very closely behind.
Kind of leads you past into the market ward and then around out a gate towards Tiriki Anchorage.
Mm-hmm.
Where she leads you to a couple of small sets of houses that are kind of pressed against each other. She looks at you again and then goes and knocks on one of the doors. A harried-looking woman wearing, a kind of, tunic, leather pants kind of answers the door. Ori? What? And then she looks down at Eric. Oh, my child, what in the world? What have you been eating? And she picks him up really quickly.
Does Eric seems like this woman?
Yeah, Eric is immediately nestled into her.
Okay, great. Great.
Yeah.
Where is your sister? And you see Ori is starting to stealth back.
Yeah. Great question, ma'am. We are not sure. We just know that we found this little one near the Temple of Timora. Figured it would be best to get him safely home as soon as possible.
All the gods. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can I get you anything?
Oh.
Actually, I know the...
God.
And she, hurries into her house. And she returns with a small wheel of cheese.
Oh. Thank you. It's very kind of you.
No, thank you. Good job finding the temple, Eric. Thank you. You did a very good job listening, and your sister's going to get an earful. Gods, I don't know what's gotten into that girl.
How old is she?
15.
That's what's gotten into. That's that. It's. I was worse.
Well, let's hope she turns out an upstanding member of society like you.
Well, certainly hope so. But maybe don't put her in charge of watching him for
No.
a bit.
Didn't you want... I thought you... She, like, looks at Eric. I thought you wanted to see the dinosaurs. And he goes, I did, but then one looked jumpy.
Oh.
She's like, okay, maybe a little bit longer before he goes to see the dinosaurs again.
Well, thank you again for the cheese. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Of course, thank you for bringing him back.
Of course. And Corinne waves and we'll go find a place to sit down and eat some cheese, I guess.
Okay. Oh.
Amazing.
Oh, it's amazing you're gonna eat the cheese. Okay.
I mean, what else do you do with cheese?
If you not eat the
At least
cheese, is there
3
something wrong
hours
with
to
it?
kill.
I mean, does this? How poor is this area? Is this still the poor area?
No, this is like middle
Or is
class.
this-
This is for
Okay.
like middle farming class.
Okay, I thought we would had departed that neighborhood. So okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, that whole
Cheese.
quest took, like, what, an hour?
Yeah, yeah.
We have 2 hours to kill. We have cheese. Cheese doesn't keep forever.
It's really good cheese.
I mean, now I'm wondering if it's cursed, but I guess we'll find out together.
That would be such a weird thing to give us.
That would be so
Thanks for
strange.
making my child home. Have some cursed cheese. That would be amazing.
Oh, goodness.
Found
no.
the stealth hag.
Wow.
Oh,
No, the
Love
hag's in a
that.
different neighborhood.
Oh, good.
River kind of watches you and is like, oh. Good job. You got cheese.
I did get cheese. It's very good cheese, actually. Would you like some?
I'm all set on that. Thank you.
Are you lactose intolerant?
It upsets my stomach.
Oh, my condolences.
We'll have to stop somewhere and pick up something for you also. And I still want to try that curry. Been thinking about it.
Corinne will offer some cheese to the rest of the party.
Oren
and
takes
we'll
some.
produce some bread from their rations to go with the cheese.
Oren takes some and is like, oh, yay! I love this cheese.
This is really good, Lanya says as she tries the cheese.
It is really, really good cheese.
Mmm. Yay, cheese.
It's like a salty kind of cheddar.
Mmm. That's very good.
Yeah, Corinne's day is getting much better.
Cheese is a whole thing in Tikal. Oren explains, and River looks at her as like, it's not other places?
I mean, it's good other places. Is it? What makes it special here?
It's practically a form of currency here.
Oh.
Like, it's a really, like, it's like a really, like, it's a luxury trade good. Especially that type. That type is made specifically in Tariki. Nowhere else.
Well,
Oh, wow. Well, what an honor.
we've had delicious, very special cheese then.
We should bring some home for Bones.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if
I'll
we can
pick some
find
up.
some. I'm sure she'd appreciate. Yeah.
Maybe, like, on our way back.
Yes, I think that would be better for keeping purposes.
All right. Curry, then train?
Curry, then train.
Excellent.
And River will kind of like, do you want to go around the city or through the city?
Which is more advisable given that there's dinosaurs everywhere?
Around the city. Please. They say looking
Yeah.
a little sad about it, but resolved.
How about we head to Mallar's Throat again, and then we'll head into the Merchant Ward from there. Avoid everything.
Sounds good.
You see River, like, doing complicated math in his head.
Grim takes out their map and starts plotting the route.
Sure, so he plans on taking you. Basically, like, here, here, then. Okay, as he leads you to the into the merchant ward, there are so many stalls, just a million stalls open. People are hawking wares. There's spices. There's a lot of things. One of the merchants calls out to you. Travelers, travelers, travelers! Come, come, look. I have something special for you.
Corinne's immediate instinct is to ignore him.
Yeah, Eliana keeps going unless somebody else stops.
I'm
Can I
so.
check?
Sure, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Like, the vibe is very, like, New York City native, born and raised, just walking past a street vendor, ignoring them completely.
17 on the stall person.
I mean, if you make eye contact, he will 100% pull you over.
Oh, this is like salesman at the mall.
We're leaving Erebus here, aren't we? Bye, Erebus.
I'll see you again.
Fun.
I don't want to make eye contact, but I want to see if there's anything on the stall that is in fact worth our investigation.
Sure. All sorts of interesting looking fruits, some spices and trinkets, couple of like little like it looks like little small metalwares, lamps. There's a big bright red feather that's probably the size of your length of your forearm.
Is that from any creature that I recognize?
Roll a nature check.
Okay. 16.
Maybe some sort of rock based on the length of it, but not any rock that you've seen that's that color.
Huh. Yeah, Erebus is going to bite. She's going to walk over and see the feather.
Bye, Erebus.
Friend, welcome to my shop. Welcome. I have so many goods and things that interest a traveler such as you. I have this feather, and he holds up the feather.
What's it from?
Eliana is gonna double back and okay. I need my friend not to get conned here.
Amazing.
It is from the large bird of the sea that travels over our waters. It only drops feathers like these in very rare cases. I happened upon one. It will bring you good luck.
What kind of bird is the one that travels over? I'm not very familiar with the local lore.
The giant seabird.
Giant seabird.
Oh, the giant seabird.
He nods.
How interesting.
How much are you selling it for?
At 2 gold, it's steel.
I'm gonna cast detect magic. Is there anything that's magical about this, or any of the other goods that are on sale?
Sure. There's a couple of things that ping with like really light magic. Um, let's see.
What was that with really light magic? That broke up a little bit.
There's a couple of items that like have like some inherent magic in them. The feather is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is a small pouch that is just it's like like that carpet bag material, just a small pouch. Um, there's a palm-sized crystal ball that seems to be raining on the inside of it.
That's fun. Elena will address Aramis. I mean, if you want it, it's up to you, but I don't think it's worth 2 gold. I think it's 5 silver at most.
No, I think you're right. But thank you. It was fun to see it.
The shop owner looks almost a little offended, but then will immediately like wave you away and then start calling out to the next person he sees.
Yeah, and Erebus will walk away with Eliana.
Go catch up with Corinne and Grim.
Yeah. Yeah, it was silly, but I just wanted to see if it was something cool.
Well, I mean, it's you got to see a pretty interesting looking feather.
Yeah, it was a nice color.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just used to not. I'm just used to not stopping. She
No, it's
she
okay.
she lowers her voice. I don't think that they like Omnians here, but if you saw somebody like this in Krimmer or if Katla, you would be getting conned more often than not.
Oh. Okay, good to know. Why don't they like Omnians here?
Colonization.
Nope, that makes sense.
This is all things vaguely remembered from like 1 to 2 years ago in real time. So we're getting a little bit of game of telephone here, but yeah.
Yeah, no, all good. I mean, Erebus fully believes her. Yeah.
Yeah, there are still more vendors calling out. One specifically sees Corinne and goes, my lady, come find come see my goods.
Ignores them completely. Just eyes focused straight ahead of her and just keeps walking like she owns the place.
All right, we'll close that item list.
Incredible.
Okay. You do eventually find a curry stall. River will lead you to one.
Excellent.
No names. It is a stack of very straightforward like clay pots, like little handheld clay pots, and a woman with a large, 2 large cauldrons, one of sauce and meat, and one of rice. And she turns and gives you a grin with no teeth.
Hello, we're here for curry.
2 copper.
Absolutely. And Erebus pays.
And she
Eliana will also get a bowl of curry.
Yeah, she gives you both bowls of curry with in a little clay pot.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Grim will also get a bowl to sample.
2 kappa.
They pay. Bosun would like to invisibly dip his tentacles in the sauce.
Bosun.
In the cauldron. He's invisible.
Bosun.
Roll a stealth check for Bosun.
Bosun, you
22.
menace.
22.
The free
You
agent.
see her pick up what looks like a small boat oar and like bang it at like the edge of the pot, going, "Get out! Get out!"
She can beat a 22? Terrifying.
That's the hag.
22.
Oh, yes, the heck, yeah.
That's the hag.
I'm not. I believe you. I'm just amazed. That's but yeah, Bosun. There is a very quiet chainsaw noise as he flies up. Nope, and then like the tinkling of a distant bell above.
Curry hag. Don't we all wish to be a curry hag?
Oh, so much. She's the curry hag now in the notes.
Yep.
That's also
As
going to
is
be
right
the
in
heading.
You do notice that one of her eyes literally rolled back into the back to look out the back of her head when she did that. So
Amazing.
A fine and normal thing to happen.
100%.
Definitely not at all suspicious.
Amazing.
River and Orin also get their bowls of curry. River looks completely nonplussed at all of this.
As they're all walking away, Corinne has not gotten any curry because 1, she assumes that she can sample out of Grimm's, and 2, she probably ate most of the cheese.
Yeah,
or like
they
the
will
biggest
they will
portion of
angle the
cheese.
bowl towards her and offer her whatever utensil they were
Yeah.
given.
She kind of looks at it for a second and is just like, "Are you sure you want to eat that?"
Grim would already have taken a bite at this point, I think, because they were like doing the curry equivalent of eating popcorn while watching the bosun.
Uh-huh.
Like they couldn't see bosun, but they knew what was happening.
Yeah.
So is it good, Heather?
Oh, it's fucking amazing. Like, this is probably River took you to the best curry place in the city.
Heck yeah.
It's spicy, but not in like, it doesn't like scorch your mouth. It's very warm and filling. It's just really, really good.
Then
really
Grim. Sorry. What was that, Rebecca?
I need curry.
Yeah. Then they well, if you would like it, then I'm happy to hand it over, but it's very good, so yes. If you mean, am I wondering what the meat is, then the answer is no.
No, the part where her eye rolled all the way back into her head, that's not that's not unsettling at all.
In itself, or as regards to cooking?
Well, in and of itself, but, is that a thing that it just feels weird.
They like look at the bowl of curry.
I've ruined it for you. It's
No,
never
you
mind.
absolutely. I grew up on the dock where you cannot ruin food for me.
Right. I think I'm good, thank you, though.
Would you like me to save half of it, and we will see if I transform into some sort of strange creature? And if I have not done that within the hour, it's probably all right.
No, that's all right. We will be coming back through Port Nyanzaru on our way out. So if nothing happens, then we can stop by again.
Very good. And they will continue eating it, and like after every third bite, they will angle it towards her just a little bit. Not like pushing it, but like,
Yeah.
just in case you've changed your mind, because it does smell really good.
River
And it does.
River will look.
I was just
to
gonna
you,
say it
Corinne.
does smell very good, but she steadfastly refuses.
River will look to you, Corinne, and go, "You're right to be suspicious. I used to be a human."
You did not. You're just fucking with me.
Gives you a bit of a mischievous grin, and then we'll finish eating his curry. That's just Grandma. She's not. I mean, I don't. She's not evil.
You can't say she's not suspicious.
I didn't say she's not suspicious in the end.
You were thinking about it. You almost, there was an S word that was emerging from your lips before you changed your mind.
I realized she's suspicious to outsiders, and then I said she's not evil.
Evil. It doesn't have to be evil. She only has to be chaotic. Perhaps you decided, like, oh, well, let's put a potion of horse magic in the curry today, and everyone turns into horses after a fortnight.
I was going to ask what sort of magic you thought horses had, but then it made sense again.
It's not how magic works, typically.
Please don't ruin her day. It's only just improved.
I know you're right, but we can't talk about how magic works.
Like points their fork at Eliana and nods.
Erebus kind of looks between them and is just like, urge to logic rising, and then walks away.
I will give you, Brim calls after, I will give you the last bite of my potentially cursed curry if that will help you not talk about magic.
No, that's fine. My curry was plenty, but thank you.
If you can't explain how magic actually works, then you can't tell me that that's not a possibility.
Would you like me to? I do have the books that I borrowed from Bones. If you would like me to explain how magic actually works, I can certainly read you some math while we continue to wait for the train. Not much longer, though. We will not be waiting much longer at all.
I'm just saying that no one seems to be able to, and I'm not asking anyone to explain magic to me, but until someone has a satisfactory explanation of why magic works the way it does, I'm convinced that magic works however the fuck you want it to.
Orin lifts a hand, and then River just slowly puts it down.
Grim says just a little, like not to be clear, like not genuinely upset, but like a little bit plaintively. It used to.
Oh no. So Erebus kind of glances toward Grim slightly, but doesn't like full on look at them, and then looks at Corinne and is like, I can tell you how magic works for me, because it's different for the kind of magic that I have than other schools of it.
You're saying is what you're saying basically sounds exactly as normal as me saying a horse magic potion that turns people into horses.
No,
if it's special for you, then it works differently for you, then it works differently for me, and it works differently for everyone. Everyone has their own unique, special, sparkly magic that exists for them independently.
No.
Mine is horse magic.
Orin just opens their mouth and River's like, look at this cart. Look at this cart full of things.
I'm not saying that magic couldn't turn
prestidigitation and make some shiny sparks appear in the air.
See? Sparkly magic.
Yes, that's kind of illusionist magic. But I'm not saying that magic can't turn people into horses. I'm saying magic typically doesn't wait 2 weeks to have an effect.
Ooh, look at this locket. It's very pretty.
Typically, which means there are exceptions to the rules. And so if there are exceptions to the rules, then there are no rules. And so everything works the way that you want it to.
Look at this.
No, you get
hair grow.
different things from magic depending on where you draw it from. There's rules depending on what you are pulling from.
Ooh, this
I pull from horses.
Looks really cool.
Okay.
I have decided that I pull magic from horses. And that is where all my magic comes from now.
I'm buying this tent.
I think Grim has just fully dissolved into giggles. Like they keep trying to eat that, like they keep trying to scoop up that last bite of curry, and and just towards their mouth, and then someone says something else, they just start laughing all over again.
Orin just looks at Grim and says, I was told I get the last bite of curry if I agree to not talk about magic.
They just like shake their head, like they kind of squeak a little bit in between giggles, like they can't make coherent words, and they point their fork at Erebus, who was the only one who promised last bite of curry.
Oh, I
She
thought
doesn't
that
claim
was
that
Zaru.
it's theirs.
Okay. All right. Sure, Corinne. Horse magic. That's fine. And then she just kind of walks on and finishes her curry as she goes.
She didn't say I was wrong.
You don't want me to tell you you're wrong, is the thing.
Also correct.
Ooh, I'm sure this chamber pot could be used as a weapon.
What? Yeah, but you'd have to carry it around.
Herbert's just holding shit up like, look at this.
Are you thinking about using it as a weapon right now?
It disintegrates anything that goes in it.
That's useful, actually.
And terrifying.
Yeah.
What happens if a wayward toddler sticks their hand in it?
You
Yeah.
have to put the lid.
Grim is like 6 inches away from it with the fork. And like freezes, but only because they realize that everyone is now looking at them and will notice. And then they will very deliberately like, is River holding it like opening side, like facing the sky, or is it like he holding it like sideways, or is he not actually holding it?
It has like a handle, and he's just holding it up. Like he's been holding up magic items to be like, look at this weird shit. That please stop talking about how magic works and appreciate that this comb makes your hair longer. Like
Grim's gonna chuck the fork into it.
Oh, he looks at it and he nods and he closes the lid onto it, and then he opens the lid and the fork is gone.
That is a horrifying thing to keep in your home.
Grim lights up and starts looking for other things to throw into it.
So you have to close the lid before it disintegrates.
Looks like it.
Okay. So unless someone crawled in there and pulled the lid on top of them.
Yeah, definitely not a thing I could see a small child doing in any capacity. Absolutely not.
To be fair, it's a chamber pot. It's not big enough for a small child to crawl into.
Or something that small children would do to each other if given half the chance.
The tinkling bell is getting closer.
Bosun, I swear
Bosun? See, or a bosun. Don't put bosun in there. God.
Small children.
Is it time to go to the train yet?
Yes, let's go to the train.
Go to the train.
Grim will like reach up into the air and secure hold of Bosun, and let him like they will tip the bowl so to like, because now they don't have a fork, like tip the bowl to sort of let gravity transport whatever remaining curry they can to their mouth, and then they will hold the bowl in one hand and Bosun firmly in the other, so that he can like use his tentacles to clean the bowl and bring I don't know that he can lick with his bill. I don't know how that works, but he manages to lick the curry sauce off his.
He's an Eldritch Puffin. He can make it work.
Look,
Yeah.
tongues just exist. Like we don't ask questions about how or why.
Yeah.
They do not have to be anatomically correct. He's eldritch. He's an eldritch abomination. Yeah, you
Go to
guys
the train station.
head to the train station. He leads you back through the old city, where it looks like whatever was going to happen has happened.
Oh my god.
And back to the train station, where as you all wait, a large. I mean, I don't know how to describe a train engine to your characters.
Oh, we're gonna do that bit. I'm excited.
Give me a moment. Lightning rail. would say probably 3 cars attached to an engine, an arcane engine, kind of sparking with blue arcane light. Pulls up to the station.
Ooh.
Here, I'll put a picture in.
Yes, please.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, I
it's so
love that.
pretty. Now, is this so it's sparking? Is this making noise at all, like a steam engine, or is this purely arcane?
It does make a chuggy noises, a chugga noise because it is moving wheel. No, actually, it's a slight clicking noise because it's moving off and on. You guys been on an electric roller coaster before?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's got that noise.
Mm.
So odd, but not loud.
Yeah, odd but not loud.
Grim just stops and stares.
Eliana is also just like, whoa.
A young gnomish-looking woman, kind of steps off the train. She gives you a wave. Right, are you all for the train then?
Yes, we are.
Well, come on. We have to make our time.
All aboard.
Very good.
All aboard. Yeah, this is very exciting.
Yeah. Grim is going to touch the outside of it as they get on.
It is
Not like near the arcane, not like actively near where it's sparking,
yeah.
but
It is wrought iron and steel and has the faint, just frizz of electricity and arcane magic.
they like shiver and then touch it again, and then realize everyone else is getting on the train and get on and like pat it one more time behind them as they get in.
Okay.
Aw.
And as you all board the train, we're gonna call it for tonight.
Ooh.
This is so cool.
So much fun. I love that.